Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. WWDC 2026 is officially over and Apple showed us the feature of their entire ecosystem. So we got updates for iOS, iPadOS, macOS, watchOS, Apple Intelligent updates, and bunch of changes that could affect how millions of people are using their devices every single day. So I went through all the announcements, picked out the most important highlights, and in the next few minutes I'm gonna tell you everything you need to know without the marketing bluff. So right now, let's get into it. Let's start with iOS 27, and the first thing that you'll notice is the new liquid glass design. So liquid glass was announced last year at WWDC, and Apple received their feedback from customers and users, and here are the improvements. It's a complete visual refresh that brings a more transparent layered look across the entire system. From app icons and widgets to menus and navigation bars, everything feels more fluid and modern. Personally, I think this is one of the most refreshed designs on an iPhone that we have seen in quite a while. Also, Apple added one feature that could be very useful in certain situations. In messages, if you're in an area with poor reception, iOS can now show when a message is still trying to send. Instead of wondering whether your text went through or not, now you're having a little toggle that will show you how long it will take for a message to be sent so it doesn't interrupt your connection. And if you're wondering, do I need to get the latest iPhone so I can have all these features? Well, it is your lucky day. So the good news is that Apple says iOS 27 will be available on devices going all the way back to the iPhone 11. So this is another year of impressive software that you don't need to get the latest of the latest iPhone. And for people who are wondering if someone is using the iPhone 11 these days, let me tell you, yes, they are people that are using even older generation because not everybody can afford or want to update their phone every single year. So iOS 27 overall is not only about the updates, it's the feature and the fact that you don't need to get the best of the best and the latest release device so you can get your hands. So the beta version will be released very shortly. Apple also is spending some time relying on privacy and parent safety. One of the biggest changes is the way app permissions can be managed for children. Parents can now review and approve certain app requests more easily, helping them stay involved in what their kids are downloading and using without constantly needing access to their device itself. Also, they can allow only a few apps on their phones, so that way kids can stay more focused in school. Apple is also expanding the tools available throughout parental controls, making it easier to set limits and manage how much time children spend in specific apps. Parents now have more flexibility to control how much time is handled to their kids throughout the day. As expected, privacy remains a major focus. Apple continues to emphasize keeping user data protected while giving families better tools to manage their digital lives. The goal seems to be finding a balance between safety, convenience, and privacy without making the experience feel overly restricted. These are the flashiest elements of the WWDC, but it's also another way to keep your children less time on the phone and actually be more focused on their study and other activities that they might have. Of course, it won't be the WWDC 2026 if Apple is not taking a major focus on AI, and this year they are taking a step further with Siri. One of the most interesting announcements is that Apple is expanding the AI models available to users, giving Siri the ability to work with both Apple's own intelligence model and selected third-party models, including Google's. So this is simple. You're using the best tools for the task while you're keeping the experience integrated directly into Apple's ecosystem. But the bigger story is how much more capable Siri is becoming. Apple is positioning Siri as more than just a voice assistant. It's becoming an assistant that can understand context, understand what's happening in your device, and help you take actions across apps. Another impressive feature when it comes to Siri is that now it can understand content that is currently on your screen. For example, if you're looking at an image containing a location, event, or a business, Siri can recognize that information and immediately help you do something with it. That might mean finding directions, creating an event, opening a map, or performing another related task without you having to manually copy information between apps. This is a feature that is much closer to the AI assistant that people always have wanted, that can understand what you're doing on your screen and immediately act on it. If Apple can deliver this consistently, Siri might become one of the biggest announcements of the WWDC. Before we wrap up, here are a few other features and improvements that caught my attention from the WWDC. Apple showed us how AI can help us plan and organize activities. For example, the World Cup is coming, and I'm pretty sure millions of people are going to watch it. Instead of manually coordinating everything yourself, the system can help bring together information, suggestions, and communication tools to make planning events much easier. I'm pretty sure all of us have been in this situation where we're open millions of tabs across our browser just so we can go back to these tabs potentially, or because we don't want to lose information. Well, Safari is getting smarter. Users can now organize tabs into groups more efficiently, making it easier to keep track of projects, trips, research, or just dozens of tabs where we all pretend we're going to come back later. Apple's image playground is also getting smarter and getting some improvements as well. One demo showed how quickly users can generate custom birthday party invitation, turning a simple idea into personalized image getting just a few minutes. It's another example of how Apple's bringing AI to help us in our daily activities. Another example is now that we can get pictures reframed. So finally, Apple demonstrated a new photo reframing feature that can intelligently adjust and expand images to create better compositions. Whether you're fixing a crop or trying to fit a photo into a different format, the process looks much faster and more natural than before. None of these features might be the headline of the WWDC, but combined together, they're showing one main thing. Apple is continuing to develop and expand their AI features so they can help us improve not only Siri but also our daily activities, organization plans, and much more included into our daily lives. And just like that, those were some of the announcements of the WWDC 2026. Comment down below what is your favorite feature, improvement, update that you're most excited about. Personally, I don't use Siri or AI assistants that often. Mostly, I do rely on ChatGPT, but I'm excited now with the new features of Siri, how I can incorporate this AI assistant into my daily routine, helping me with the tasks that I have to deal with. So this will be the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like, share with friends, subscribe to this channel for more videos, and I'm gonna see you next time. Bye!